story. You decided not to play varsity as a sophomore. Junior year had a great year, and then the senior year, you're headed for All Met, one of the top players in the area, but then you have some health challenges. Talk about it.
Yeah. So my sophomore season, I chose to play JV because I kind of knew Carol Holmes and how he ran his program. He was loyal to his upperclassmen, to his seniors. So I knew if I tried to play varsity as a sophomore that I wouldn't play much. So, I went back home and talked to my dad and my uncles, and they said, well, just play JV because, you still be getting the same competition. Well, not the same competition, but you'll be able to play in a competitive JV league. So, which was fine at the time. So I did that as a sophomore, and we came back as juniors, and I stepped right into a starting role. Our junior year was down year. I had a pretty good season, but following the act of Lawrence Moten and Charles Harrison was a tough act, some big shoes to follow. You know what I mean? So we kind of went through that season, won some games, and that was the season that the MAC had their undefeated team, 30-0 team. So they were the team that year. And, so that next year going into my senior year, we had a great summer. We had a great summer. We were undefeated that summer. I mean, we beat every team that we played. So coming into that 91-92 season, we come out the gates. We were on fire. We were 10-1, 10-2 maybe. And our only losses were to Archbishop Malloy from New York and Southern from Baltimore with that had Kwame Evans back then. Around January in 92, I get sick, and at first my mom and dad just thought it was the flu, and we even had a couple of doctors and hospitals tell us that, hey, it's stomach flu, he'll be fine in a couple of days, he'll take this medicine, he'll be good. But we followed those doctors' orders, and I still wasn't feeling well. So long story short, I ended up having appendicitis. And, once they fixed that, they saw that I had a hole in my large intestine. And, it was kind of touch and go. And the doctor told my mom that, she was glad that they brought me in when they did, because if they didn't, it would have been, I might not have made it. So that kind of ended my year. I had schools recruiting, a lot of schools recruit me early in that season. Before the season started, I had some home visits from some D1s, Northeastern, Jacksonville University. Who else came? Providence came to the house with Rick Barnes. But I didn't want to sign early for some reason. I don't know why. I thought I could get better. So, and my thing was I wanted to play the Maverick game. And unfortunately, I didn't get to play that game. I know that was going to be a big game, and coaches would be out, and I didn't get to play that game. So, but thankfully, things worked out. I got healthy enough to play AAU that spring and summer, and I played for Coach Lester Butler, and I ended up getting a scholarship to Hampton. Coach Bobby Dandridge was at a couple of our games, and he liked what he saw, and he brought me down for a visit to Hampton, and the rest is kind of history with that. And like I tell these kids, I coach now, and I tell kids to don't take this game for granted, because you never know when it could be taken away from you. So and I me being a 17-year-old, I didn't know that was gonna happen. I just I was going along, but I kind of took it for granted because you just never think that it could happen to you. So it did, but it all worked out for the better.